Hello and welcome to another part of my Best of Applab series. In this series we take a look at some of my favourite Applab games you can get for your Quest right now. So this is part 12 in the series. If you want to check out my previous parts, you'll find those playlists linked in the description below. So if you don't find something that interests you here, check out those previous parts and you're sure to find something that you'll like. Now this list has both free and paid Applab games, and thanks to the generous developers, I've been given some free codes to give away to you as part of a competition. So I have one code to give away for The Great Ocean, 4 codes to give away for Subway Sprinters, and 2 codes to give away for Pipe Dream Co. So all you need to do to enter this competition is let me know when this object next appears in this video. So go down in the comment section below, give me the timestamp when this object next appears in the video, and also make sure to let me know what game code you would like to be in with a chance of winning. I will draw winners in about a week's time, so make sure you check back to the comment section to see if you've won or not. And if you don't win this time, don't worry, because I hold these kind of competitions every time I release a video like this. So I mentioned I've got many previous parts of this series. I also write some articles for the VR accessory company AUBIKA. If you're in the market for some VR accessories, do check them out. They have some quality products there, and you might want to check out some of my articles if you like this kind of content. I've written 2 articles, for example, that look at some of my favourite Applab games of all time. Out of all of these different series that I've done, my top 10 most favourite paid and free Applab games. So there's 2 articles there. I'll link them in the description below in case you're interested in checking those out. Now, one more thing before we get onto the games. These kind of videos take me a while to put together, to do the research and then edit and present to you in a video like this. So if you want to show your appreciation, the best thing you can do is give the video a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed already, support the channel by subscribing. Starting with my favourite game on this list is Spark. This is completely free, for now at least, and it's a multiplayer first-person shooter set in the Wild West. It's kind of like in the Wild West, kind of not, because you can get weapons that weren't around at that time, so it doesn't stay 100% true to the Wild West theme, but that's fine by me if it means I can get my hands on a ton of different awesome guns. Weapons handle great and shootouts are a lot of fun. There's also a decent selection of game modes, from your conventional deathmatch to more unique modes such as Gold Royale, where you can team up with others to explore a map, kill enemies, loot places, and escape within the time limit to keep all your loot. Otherwise, if you die, you lose everything. Devs continue to improve on the game, and I didn't encounter many bugs, only the commentator got a bit annoying every time you entered a kill streak.
Unstoppable! Unstoppable! Unstoppable!
Other than that, brilliant multiplayer game, though I'm not sure if it will remain free forever, so you might want to get it now in case that does change.
Unstoppable!
Our next game is a genre I have a soft spot for. These kind of dungeon crawling fantasy games have always seemed to appeal to me, and PANGEON is a nice entry into this category. It's your standard dungeon crawling fare. You use sword or sorcery to hack and loot your way through 7+ dungeon themed stages. There's a retro look to the enemies and the items that you encounter, which you may or may not like. I personally enjoy these kind of visuals, and the gameplay I find is quite fun but fairly challenging in this game. PANGEON does nothing groundbreaking here. There's nothing that's unique about it so much as it's just a really solid dungeon crawler. I enjoyed the game but had 2 main issues. One is the lack of smooth turn. Why in 2022 we still have games without smooth turn is something that absolutely baffles me. The other is also storing weapons and items in the pouches, which can be finicky and definitely needs to be improved. Now, I've mentioned before how I tend to only include 1 or 2 demos on these lists, and for that demo to be included it has to be something quite special. Now this falls into that category for me. This is Magic Puzzle Dragon and Sword, and it sees you snapping together fantasy themed puzzles in a similar way to the Quest title Puzzling Places. You've got one puzzle in this demo and can choose from 2 different numbers of pieces. Now I was super impressed with the level of detail on the completed model and loved the added touch of seeing your puzzle come to life once it was complete. The demo will take no more than about 30 minutes, give or take, depending on how good you are with these kind of games, and I definitely look forward to completing more puzzles in the future. Now it's been a while since I had a workout game on one of my top 10 lists. I think it's because there are quite a few of them out there and it's hard to find one that's a really standout among the rest, but Punch Fit does that. Now it is similar to some of the other fitness games. You have to punch pads, duck and dodge various obstacles, but where this one is a bit different is that a lot of the punching fitness games will have pads fly at you and then you have to punch them, but this one does it a bit differently in that it's more similar to what you might experience at a boxing gym, where the punching combination is called out and then the pads that need to be punched reveal themselves in front of your face. Now there's a lot of different workouts to choose from, there's workout stats too, and different glove skins to earn. It's really polished experience and gives a fantastic workout too.
Super rare.
Our next game is an endless runner, and it's great to jump into for about 30 minutes at a time to try to get your top score. The gameplay involves continuously running, avoiding the object by switching lanes or jumping using your arms. There's a few power-ups to collect and things to buy with your coins that you collect during the stages. It has super simple gameplay, but it's pretty addictive and reminds me of some of the games I used to play on my Oculus Go. Because the gameplay is quite basic, it would be nice to see some extra features and game modes, but that could be something that comes in the future. And as it stands, it's still a nice quick bit of fun. Now I chose this next game because it's not only a pleasant experience, but it's a bit different to all the other gun games and wave shooters and other VR titles like that we've seen quite a bit of. You control a ROV underwater submarine and explore the ocean, completing objectives that revolve around preservation. For example, here I'm removing waste from the bottom of the ocean. The game can be played seated and is really calm, casual experience that's perfect for when you're in the mood to just chill out. It also has an educational aspect to it as well, as you can scan the corals and creatures that you come across for some factoids. Now there are 2 main things to keep in mind before you purchase this one. It is an early access experience, so there are some things to be ironed out and plenty of features that are still to be added. Also, it can trigger motion sickness, though thankfully there are comfort options available to help with that. Jump on your horse, arm yourself with a lance and shield, because I'm going to take you back to medieval times in this next free demo. The demo consists of a bunch of challenges where you have to skewer things with your lance or dodge and block incoming obstacles. There's also a couple of jousting tournaments where you get to fight against AI opponents and gear to unlock too. It was a nice polished experience, a lot of fun, and it was a lot harder than I actually expected. Aiming your lance was a real challenge, but I guess keeping a 10-foot pole steady and straight whilst on the back of a horse that's going at breakneck speed was never going to be easy. And it's not just aiming that you have to be concerned with, but the 1 versus 1 challenges you have to be aware of defending from your opponent's lance too whilst aiming your own. So it will improve your multitasking skills as well as your aiming. There's a water leak and it's your job to stop it by building a pipeline to contain it. The only problem is there's a limited number of pipe sections, so you need to really think carefully about where you place each piece. If all the water gets drained, then it's game over, so you have to plug it up as soon as possible. A brilliant casual puzzler that will get you scratching your head. It features 30 puzzle jobs and extra modes and modifiers like the night game mode where you need to complete the puzzle using a flashlight to finish the job. So there's a decent amount of content here to keep you going. Now I did find a couple of bugs, like I wasn't able to rotate the play area for some reason and I couldn't pass the pipe pieces from one hand to the other. I also found a way to cheat by restarting a puzzle with a piece of pipe in your hand to gain an extra section. But there was nothing here that was game breaking and I'm sure these problems will be addressed at some point. So overall the puzzles are well designed and they do get tricky, particularly in later stages, giving you hours of puzzling fun. Now wrapping up this list with a couple of mentions that make the list but have some issues. Now I encountered a few problems with them, but they certainly have potential and the problems I came across could be just a bit of bad luck on my part. The first game is Mash Me Up. It's a multiplayer experience where you are matched to play a random mini game with someone else. Now I had trouble matching with someone when first recording, but did find someone to play with when I was playing without my camera set up, so that's why you won't see me in this footage. The mini games were mostly enjoyable and even educational. For example, there's one where you had to find locations on the globe, which I completely sucked at. But bugs did ruin some of the fun at certain points. Like this game, there should be a note on the other player's forehead telling me the name of the person or character that they have to guess, but it decided not to appear, which ruined that game. So it's worth trying, definitely, and hopefully some of the wrinkles do get ironed out further down the track. The other game that I had some issues with was Party Pie. Now if you can put up with obnoxious screaming from some of the younger players and a few bugs, unstable and laggy servers, then this is actually quite a good game. It's a physics-based multiplayer game and there's a few different game modes, some PvP and others co-op. Now I played a co-op map for up to 12 players where you have to go through this kind of assault course. I got stuck at the very beginning, but even though it was very addictive and would be a blast with friends, only, like I said, I had trouble connecting to some of the rooms at times and this particular game crashed on me. So from what I played it was fun, but the servers could be a bit temperamental.
Uppercase R. Okay.
So that's it for this list. What game on this list was your favourite? Let me know in the comment section below. Also remember, we have that competition running, so if you want to be in a chance of winning one of those codes, just let me know the timestamp of when the object appears in the video in the comment section below. Also remember, I have a couple of articles on the AUBIKA website detailing the top 10 of my favourite free and paid applab games if you want to check those out. Otherwise, I really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. That's it for me for now. Thanks for watching as always and hope to catch you in the next one.